Hello, my lovely, beautiful, amazing people. It has been so long since I've spoken to y'all, and that's just because I really had just had no motivation to. Just gonna be frank. I have multiple outlets to express myself, and YouTube is one of them. I just had no urgency to post. Um, but I'm here now. End of the year recap, shall we? Yeah, basically, I don't know. This year has been great, fine, I guess. Like, it was good, but the bad parts were really bad. Like, really, 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 really bad. Let's start off. Uh, February, my paternal great grandma. There's two. I had two paternal great grandmas. My paternal, my paternal grandmother's mother passes away in February. We buried her in March. She had Alzheimer's. She was 94 years old. So the passing was welcome, but it was still very sad because I just see all my other family members sad about losing their matriarch of the family. And then in August, we lose my paternal grandfather's mother. She was 96. And that was honestly, for me, that was pretty sudden. I don't know, like for Grandma Justine, I don't know, to me, I felt like she could live to 100. To me, like, she was just, we were kicking anyway. Like we got down. But, because I went to church with her, I saw her literally every Sunday. I would sit with her and talk. But she was 96, and I had seen her on her birthday, which was in July, and she was fine. And the next day, she's in the hospital. Crazy. Insanity. Crazy. Okay. And in between that, I had a lot of funerals. Family, friends. One of my dad's cousins passed away. A very close family friend, another very close family friend passed away. And then in September we had the big one. I got broken up with in September by my ex-boyfriend. I spoke so highly of on this account. I did. I did. I really loved that boy. And I'm still very fond of him. But basically life got in the way. He got super busy, and like the way that his brain works, like the week before he broke up with me, because he broke up with me. He broke up with me, which in some egotistical narcissistic way, it's insane to me. Like, Ava got broken up with. Which is crazy, talking third person. I got broken up with. You're kidding me? But I'm like, it's fine. If you ever, it, like, it doesn't matter how cute you are, how smart you are, how fun you are. People will break up with you for their own reasons, and that's whatever. I'm not trying to cry, because a lot of times I think about it and I sit on this, I cry, because it's just so, like, I remember because like the relationship lasted like 2.5 months. I had 3 to be generous. But like the night that I got broken up with on a Monday night. He calls me. He hadn't spoken to me that much the week before. It's like, hey, can I talk to you? And I was like, yeah, of course. He texted me that. Yeah, of course. Of course. And I didn't know I was getting broken up with until halfway through the phone call. And then, because like, in like 15 minutes, because it was a 30-minute phone call, 15-minute mark, I'm just like, I'm like, no, it's fine. It was not fine. He's basically like, yeah, I'm super busy right now, and I don't know when I'm not gonna be busy. And I feel like you're not getting like the energy. I'm not giving enough. You're not getting what you deserve, and all that stuff. And he pulled out the, I still love you, right? Don't do that to people. Don't do that to people. That's not nice. That phrase still, if I hear that, I immediately feel like I've been stabbed in the chest. And yeah, because like we're very similar people, but the way we practice those similarity, like, I don't know, the way we think is just not the same. So I was telling him, because at the core of this, I feel like he had expectations of a relationship of relationships that I felt like he wasn't living up to, but he didn't consult me beforehand and say, do you feel this way? Because I didn't feel the same. I was telling him, like, I may not, because we're long distance, we're 3 hours away, and we go to different schools, and we have different, obviously had different schedules. And so he was like, I told him, I was like, I mean, I don't see you all the time, but I know you love me, and I know you're safe, and that's enough for me. And I have memories of like the times that we've had together, and like that's enough for me until I see you again. And he was like, I don't have that. I don't. And he also told me like with like not texting me back or whatever. He was like, I'm not really on my phone that much. Only reason I'm on my phone a lot is because you're on the phone, because you're in there. But it's like I'm busy, so when I'm busy, like the phone is just not there. ADHD brain, autism brain. I'm like, that's fine, that's okay. That's okay. Like for me, I was like, if we had like a designated time to talk during the week, like if we did like once or twice a week, a call twice a week, and I texted you periodically, that's fine with me. But I think he had expectations that he was living up to, and I think he felt guilty. So this is like a preemptive strike to break off. And I told him, I'm like, I'm crying at this point. And he's like, okay, I think we're gonna break up. And no, I'm not gonna cry. I'm not gonna cry. I'm not gonna cry. I'm not gonna cry. We're gonna break up. And I said, okay, that's fine. He's like, no, it's not. I said, yeah, no, it's not fine. I don't want to be broken up with, but I mean, I clearly can't stop you. Anyways, so yeah, we broke up. He broke up with me. I feel like I don't know. Maybe I don't even know if I tried harder, or if like sometimes I would think about this, because also I went to therapy over this. I went to 2 therapy sessions because my therapist, who was technically just like a counselor, it was school therapy, so he's like a psychology student, but he literally cut me off because he said, you're very self-aware and you have a very positive support system. He's like, he like listed off all the things I told him. I was like, yeah, you work out, you have a good group of friends, you have family nearby, you have like you write, and you watch film, and you read, like you have other things to disseminate your emotions to, and you articulate your emotions very well. This is Jalen. I loved you. He was amazing. He was Black, he was gay, he was very stylish, and we clicked. Okay, for a whole entire first session, I cried. The entire one. And then the second session, we're chopping up, we're laughing, we're having a grand old time. We talk about movies, and I gave him a bunch of different suggestions. And he's like, yeah, if you ever need to come back, you can. But like, you got this. You will get over this. I see the type of person you are. You'll do great. And I was like, oh, that's so sweet. But yeah, I just had a lot of emotion, like pent up emotions, because also I had all the grief building up from the rest of the year, and then I also had a funeral. One of my cousin's funerals was that Saturday that I got broken up with. Life loves to play a cruel joke on me. Sometimes I feel like I'm cursed, but it's not true. It's just life. But I don't know. Sometimes I told Jalen this, my therapist, I was like, I feel like if I did more in the beginning, I would have cemented myself more into his life. But then I'm like, there's no point in doing like this what if thing, so it's like whatever. But yeah, and he's telling me, I was like, this is where like our different mindsets came in. I was like, you don't even want to try to like work something out or stay together? And he's like, in my experience, like trying, or like trying to staying together and working it out doesn't work, because like I ends up like building resentment. And he said, I don't want to hate you. And I was like, I literally like broke down on the phone. I was like, I don't want to hate you either. And so yeah, that was that. And I tried to reach out a few times. Like I texted him about clips, because as the music that we bonded over, I called that our unofficial first date. And then he didn't respond. I think he read it, but he didn't respond. And then this movie. I watched one of the movies that he really likes. One of his favorites. And he didn't respond to that. And I went, okay, perfect. But if there's any consolation, I am actually very close with his younger sister now. Because I bought her, she collects these like the old vintage what is their lunch boxes, like the ones that had the latch and they're like a lunch pail. She collects those, and I got her a Superman one in August. I bought it with her in mind, and then I get broken up with in September, and I'm like, I'm still gonna give this to her. I don't care. There's no one else. I want to have this. I can't keep it. I'm not giving it to anyone else. It's hers. It's hers. And so her birthday was December 11th. And what did I do? I filled it. I opened it up. I wrote her a 3-page letter, and I was like, I meant just like, it was very quite personal, but I basically acknowledged, I observe things about you, and I know you, and I understand you, and if you ever need to talk or whatever, I'm here. I folded it up and put it in there. I gave her a gift card. She's really into body care. She's a young teenage girl. Body care, I put some of that in there, and then I gave her one of my old, I had an old resin keychain that I made. Yeah, it has flowers in it, it's pressed and stuff. And then the piece de resistance, I gave her, excuse me, whoa, that was very aggressive on the inside. I gave her my copy of The Pearl by John freaking Steinbeck, and it turns out it's one of her favorite books of all time. I didn't know that, but I was like, I'm amazing. And she texted me after I dropped it off, because I dropped it off at their house. I didn't ship it. I dropped it off at their house, put it in their mailbox, and left. Because I said, I'm not texting Henry to hey, I'm dropping off your sister's gift. He's not gonna respond to me. I doubt it. I'm just gonna do it. I'm not gonna ring the doorbell, because it was during the school day, or she was at at practice or something. And I'm just gonna put that in there. She texts me when she gets home. Oh, it's so sweet. Oh, I love that girl. Also, we have the same name. Her name is, my name is just Ava. Her name is Ava with some stuff after it, with another name after it. But whenever we see each other, it's like, hey Ava, hey Ava. So then next time I see her, I must be so happy, and I will just leave the boy out of it, because if I could, I would. I'm gonna see him. I have to, because I'm gonna work with him. Unless he moves to a different country, or I move to a different country, or either one of us die. But I've this is maybe some of the OCD tendencies that people have pointed out to me that I have, but I've already kind of planned our interaction. I'm just trying to be a nice person. I'm gonna be like, hi, and however he reacts, it'll be whatever, but I'm gonna do my job, and I'm gonna be fine, because life happens, and it's, whatever. Anything else? I don't know. I think everyone's been going through it, but we all made it out. I read some fantastic books. Actually, I have the most profound read of the year, which is Go Tell on the Mountain by James Baldwin. Fantastic freaking book. It's about this young boy and his family. His name is John. They're an African American family in New York, but his dad and their ties are in the South. They're from the South, and he's basically preacher boy. If you watch Sinners, but his dad was a very, very, not famous, but a very prolific preacher. But now he's working in this church up in New York, and he's like working under somebody, and I guess he kind of holds some like resentment about that. He's like frustrated with his position in life, and he takes it out on his family, and he's abusive and sucks. And then John, the main-ish character, because it goes through a bunch of, you know, different periods or like different life perspectives from different characters. He's just feeling like he looks out on the congregation, and he's like, I see that people are moved by the word and by the spirit, but I'm not. He's like, I want to, and I want to feel that, but I'm not good, because everyone's asking like, when are you gonna get baptized? When are you gonna do all this? And you're already working for the Lord, yada yada yada. And he's like, I can't lie to myself, and I can't lie to the Lord about what I want, and there's so much more outside that my father has literally demonized, but I want to see that still. And it was very beautiful. I feel like James Baldwin this is his first novel, by the way. Yeah. And I feel like he like saw into the future and plucked my circumstances out and kind of just boop. I'm right about that. And I felt I didn't do, usually I do like book reviews on my TikTok page or whatever. I couldn't do a book review on this. I felt so vulnerable, and it like stripped back a lot of the layers of my own experience in my own mind, and it was just a beautiful, beautiful read, going through not only John's like narrative, but the narrative of his family members, his mother, his father, his aunt, everybody. Hoo-wee. Ooh. Ooh. But yeah, amazing book. I've also watched so much TV this year. I watched, let's see, I started Dark, the German time travel show. Oh my gosh. First off, I love German. I love the language. I've loved the language since I was like in middle school, because I found out my mom was stationed in Germany while she was in the military, and it's beautiful, because like everyone knows like the German that's like super, you know, like very harsh, intense, and it is, but it also has like these very, you know, it can be very like muted and subtle, and amazing acting in that show, by the way. I had to like I would like fall asleep, and I'd be like, okay, so this person's going to this person, and this is how this works, and it's so good. Everyone should watch Dark. I am on like season 11 of Law and Order. Freaking love that show. Not even SVU, or Law and Order. Okay, Law and Order. According to Letterboxd, I've seen 173 movies this year. Yes, 173. Which, fantastic. I'm gonna watch more. Speaking of film and movies, I had an amazing class this past semester, which was The Tortured Artist, and like exploring that trope and how people interact with it. And it's film and lit, so we read and we watched film, like movies, and I never got below a 95 on a paper. I'm freaking goated. And my professor, she commended my analysis like a lot. It like in class she'd be like, oh, that's like perspective wise, I never really thought about that. But in my papers, my final paper, which was about, I compared and contrasted Loving Vincent and Synecdoche, New York, with like how memory, identity, and legacy play into their narratives and their structure, and how they use different elements of film, you know, cinematography, plot, you know, all that stuff, editing, to reinforce those ideals. But then I also talked about how Loving Vincent is like symbolic or representative of existentialist thought, and then Synecdoche, New York is more like has a more absurdist take. I got like a 99 on that. Don't play. I was in there typing. I was writing. And it felt good. I love using my brain. I love thinking about things, and maybe sometimes it's my weakness, but honestly, it is probably one of my greatest strengths. And we watched a bunch of movies, like a lot of movies that I had seen before. But we watched Phantom Thread. I'm probably gonna watch that movie tomorrow. Now that I think about it, Phantom Thread, Whiplash, Black Swan, I, Tonya, Synecdoche, New York, Loving Vincent. We read Picture of Dorian Gray, The Hunger Artist. We read Alison Bechdel's Fun Home. We read The Myth of Icarus and The Artist at Work, Camus. What else? We watched Adaptation, Charlie Kaufman, and Birdman. Ooh, I really like that one. I really like Birdman. All of those movies are phenomenal. But I really like, it's probably my last film class that I'm going to be able to take before I apply, because I apply to nursing school next semester. But I'm gonna try my best to like stay with the the film stuff, because it is a passion of mine. And along with writing, because I was also in a creative writing class, and my instructor was like, you should definitely submit some of your work to Vortex, which is my university's it's our literary magazine, our creative magazine, where you can submit your artwork and your pieces, poetry, scripts, anything. And I think I might submit my social science fiction piece, or like some poetry or something. But it was really fun. Really, really fun. What else happened? I don't know. Honestly, I don't know. I'm like, everything is like pre breakup and post breakup, kind of, but not really, because I'm not one of those people who's like, whoa, y'all hear that? Y'all hear that? I'm sorry. I'm not one of those people who's like, who doesn't know who they are. And some people I know for a fact, like after they're broken up with, they have nothing, because that relationship was their whole life. But that wasn't me. It was, I talked about this with Jalen, my therapist, and I was like, I've not that like the relationship completed me, but I feel like I was in a very comfortable place in my life. My family's great, my friends are great, I love going to school, and I have a boyfriend, and it felt like I was stepping into a new era where everything was complete. Like and I thought it was a whole. And then like having the rug snatched out from me, because I generally did not know I was getting broken up with. I didn't. And apparently he didn't know he was gonna break up with me either. Cause I gotta go back to this. I'm sorry. My best friend, who was also like his best friend. We met through her at camp and whatnot, and she like basically put us together. He called her at a coffee shop, and like she came to talk with him. She's like, yeah, just talk to your girlfriend, because again, we hadn't spoken in a minute. And he goes, sits down, and on the phone, and he comes back, and she's like, how'd it go? He's like, oh, I broke up with her. And she goes, when I said go talk to her, I didn't mean do all that now. But yeah, so and after I learned that, which was recently, I thought I didn't, like in November. I said I should have exploded him. I should have blown him up with my mind powers. But I'm like, hey, he's still young. He's young too. He's only 20. I'm like, I'm not gonna fault him. I'm gonna be better. I must be better than my circumstances. I have to be better than my circumstances, and I have to, be gracious and grateful. But yeah, anything else? Lots of books, movies, TV. My wardrobe is fantastic. Goodwill hates the people. Not Goodwill loves to see me coming. The people in the Goodwill hate to see me coming. All right, because they know I'm gonna I just feel like I find things, like I've gone Goodwill shopping with other people and they're like, how did you find that? How? I've just been blessed with these wonderful, amazing hands that have this keen ability to pick out amazing pieces of clothing. Right. Also, I think I might go get, I was recently at a thrift store and I think I might go get a piece of luggage, a vintage piece of, like, it was 12 bucks. I should have gotten it when I was there. I didn't. It's like it's like a travel trunk case. Oh my gosh. I think I want it so bad. I want it so bad. I'm gonna say it's like my my birthday gift, because I turned 20 3 days ago. I could get that right now. I could go get it. I should go get it. Oh, it was so beautiful. It was so amazing. And instead of, oh, I might go get it. I might go do that right now. I like talking about it. But honestly, I've learned a lot this year. You know, I have realized it's been a theme, not really a theme, but like a thought, a thought in the back of my head. It's like, I have walked side by side with grief my entire life. Okay. And not just grief in the normal, like someone's passed away, but grief of just that losing people or losing something that you deeply, deeply care about. And you learn a lot from it. You learn a lot about who you are through that process. And I think that you learn to appreciate it, because not necessarily a friend. It's not your enemy for sure. It's just a fact, and it's something that you can really gain. You truly do, gain a lot from, and I do appreciate it. Not the grieving itself, but like how you come out. I come out of it. The different person you are after the experience. But also, I've also had I've had an amazing time this year. Like, honestly, I did. It was, I had so many great experiences, and I can't wait to have more. Yeah, I mean, that's life, man. You roll with the punches and you go with the flow. But yeah, I will see y'all in the new year. Maybe I'll post more often. I think I could do a post a month. I think that's possible. And yeah, y'all stay safe. Stay gold, pony boy. Stay gold. But I don't know, I ain't got nothing more to say, and I'm sick of hearing myself talk, and I want to go get that suitcase. So yeah. All right, I will see y'all later.